So UFC 325 is this weekend, and I have to say, boys, I'm feeling a little bit worried this time round. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm feeling like this, because I picked Volk to beat Lopez in the first fight. I picked Volk via decision. And I don't know what's different this time. But I've just got a feeling that Lopez is going to get it done. 25 more minutes with Volkanovski. He will be able to go back to watch the tape from the first fight. Look at where he went wrong. Look at what he can do better. Look at some openings that could come up and create a new game plan. Whereas Volk, on the other hand, he's going to just do the same thing because it worked last time. He's not going to change anything up. Lopez is going to come in there with a new game plan, I feel like. And he might get it done. I am feeling a Lopez KO, TKO type thing. I'm really, really feeling it. And I really don't... I hope not. I hope Volk wins this fight and he can either retire or he can carry on. I know he says that he doesn't want to retire. I think he should retire after this fight, though. But this is also just a lose-lose for Volk anyway. He beats Diego Lopez. Okay, he beat him previously anyway. Like, in his last fight, Volk beat him. If he loses to Lopez, it's like, well, all right, well, they are 1-1. All right, they are 1-1. They're not going to book the trilogy. They're not going to book the trilogy. So it's like Volk's going to retire on a loss to Diego Lopez when they're even. You know what I mean? When they're even on the scoreboard, it's 1 to Volk, 1 to Lopez. I just don't know, bro. But we're going to look over a few things, the stats from the first fight, the game plans that I think they should both implement, and some quotes. From both guys, alright? And just the card in general. There's no women on this card. There's no women. Amazing. We got Lopez here. So, Diego Lopez promises a different fight at UFC 325. I underestimated Volk in the first fight. Now, that was his first mistake. I don't know why or who put it in your head to underestimate the featherweight GOAT Volkanovski, but whoever did, I hope you slap them in the fucking face. Why would you underestimate Volkanovski? What, because he just got knocked out by Ilya? So what? Anyone gets knocked out. Ilya knocks out most people. In fact, I think he beats everyone at featherweight. And he beats everyone. I'm on the fence about Arman, but I'm thinking Ilya still beats Arman. Alright, but just because he got knocked out by Ilya doesn't mean that you underestimate the guy. The guy's a fucking legend, and he's still very, very good. He's not washed. And I don't want to hear if Diego wins this fight, oh, well, he beat a washed Volk, because he hasn't. Volk is still very good, clearly. He beat Lopez in the last fight. So I don't want to hear that wash shit. Volk's washed. No, he's not. But the fact that they underestimated Volk is crazy. He's one step ahead of me. We fixed things and improved our fight IQ. I'm calm now. Beating Volkanovski means everything to my legacy this Saturday. That belt is mine. That's what I'm saying, man. Because Diego... Fucking hell, that was a bad one. Because Diego Lopez lost this fight, he can go back and make changes. He can go back and go, right, that's where I went wrong. That's where I could do this. This is the game plan this time round. Because Volk won the last fight, he's just going to go in there and be like, well, I'll just do the same thing that I did last time. And look, I'm not saying that, that means that Volk's definitely going to lose. Because Diego might go in there and just do the same thing. I have a really weird feeling that Volk's going to just chin him. I mean, Diego's going to chin him. I mean, he dropped him at the end of round 2. If he can land that again, he has 25 more minutes to find that shot. He's very dangerous. He's dangerous for 25 minutes. Volk's not going to crack his chin and fucking rock him. That's not going to happen. So Volk needs to just stay out of range for 25 more minutes. And he did that very well last time, because we'll look at the stats, but man, if he found that chin in round 2 in the last fight with some some adjustments and changing a few things, I think he could find it Not sooner, but, I reckon he could find it more than once. I can see Diego dropping Volk 2 or 3 times in this fight. Now, I'm not saying Volk's got no chance. I'm just saying I'm literally going into this fight based on a feeling that I have, based on Lopes maybe making changes, based on Volk not making any changes, and I'm just thinking, all right, well, I did well last time. I'll just do the same thing when Diego might come in with a new game plan. I just got a feeling, man. But then we look at the card, and I'll go over my predictions at the end of the this video. If you weren't there for the live stream, okay, yesterday with the Fight Society, which was very fun, by the way. Thank you for coming on. I'll give you my predictions for these fights. But if you want to see like an in-depth chat about it, go watch that, because it's very, very good. And then we have Volk, man. Volk, he's confident too. I believe I'm the best in the world. I trust my experience. Lopes is a dangerous and will have a game plan, but his instinct will push him to trade with me. If he does, that's a big mistake. At 37, I can make it look easy. That's what I'll prove this Saturday. Look, we can get into the game plans and stuff later, but I think if Diego gets up close and trades like in a clinch, I think he could probably get him. We didn't see a lot of that in the first fight. Like, a lot of dirty boxing. All right, and when he did, everyone, I was shitting my pants. I was like, no, Volk, don't do that. Just keep moving, stick and move. Low kick, jab, but move out the way. I think Lopes needs to pressure him in this fight, but like I say, we'll get to that later. But yeah, both guys are confident. I'm just worried, man. I'm really worried. And we'll look at the stats here from the first fight. As you can see, well, you can't see because I'm in the way. Let me make myself a little smaller here. So as you can see here, the significant strikes in total. Volk landed more than double that Diego Lopes did. More than double. And if you look at the total strikes, again, more than double. So Volk really outlanded Diego Lopes. And I saw people say Volk didn't school him. He did. He really did. Although he failed a lot of takedowns. Just 1 out of 11. Kind of crazy. But, even though, this is what I mean, right? Even though Volk outlanded Diego by over double, Diego's the only one that got a knockdown. So if Diego can keep coming forward and maybe throw some more punches and land some more punches, I reckon he could get it done. And look, we'll look at the stats as well by round. 27 strikes. Significant strikes to Diego's 8. 24 to 16, 25 to 9, 39 to 16, 43 to 14. It was just schooling. It was just an absolute schooling. It really, really was. He just schooled him throughout the whole fight. Just schooled him completely. In most of those rounds, he outlanded Diego Lopes by more than double, apart from round 2, which is when obviously he got dropped because Diego threw some more strikes. But yeah, if you look at the first fight, it's like, okay, Volk just schooled him. Volk schooled him. What is there to be worried about? This is where we're going to get into it now. So, this is why I'm worried, right? And I mentioned it earlier. Because Diego Lopes, okay, has been in there with Volk for 5 rounds. He will know, him and his team will have watched that fight back over and over again and picked apart, right, this is where you went wrong, Diego. He's going to know that he can actually, where he can find more success. He knows that, the grappling is not going to be a problem because Volk couldn't really take him down apart from one time. And they know that that's fine. They know that they can, the grappling, no problem. Right, it's about finding Volk and landing on him. And I think what they need to do is really pressure Volk forward, because Volk was doing a lot of outside fighting. He was like on the outside for a lot of it, just trying to stay away from Lopes. Lopes has got the chin to which he can afford to take some strikes as he's pressing forward to really land some big shots. I think Lopes in this fight needs to do the Alex Pereira approach like he did to Ankalaev and just press him forward from the fucking start. Like, go right over to him. Don't hold back. Just run. Well, not run, but really press Volk back. I think he needs to really get up close, get in the clinch, do some uppercuts, some body shots, really put it on Volk. Even if Volk is outlanding you, but you're moving forward, just do it anyway. And try and land the big shots, get in the clinch. Maybe some knees up there. I think clinching and, the uppercuts in the clinch will be good for Diego. I think dirty boxing, get in the pocket, rip to the body, then go upstairs will work really well for Diego. Back Volk up against the cage and don't let him circle out. Really pressure him. Get him backed up to the cage, go to the body, then go up top. Mix up your strikes. Don't just do a 1-2. Don't just headhunt. Mix it up, go to the body, go up top. But the main thing is pressure him. Press him back. Don't you be taking any back steps. And don't let Volk circle away. If he starts to circle, you follow. You cut off the cage. Okay? And the way that Volk wins this fight, alright, is just by doing the same thing that he did last time. That's assuming that Diego Lopes isn't coming in with a new game plan, though. And even if Diego Lopes does come in with a new game plan, who's to say that he even sticks to it? Who's to say that he even sticks to that game plan? Alright? They might come in with a game plan, and when they get in there, they might just go out the window. Instincts and shit might just take back over. And it might just be the same thing as last time. But if Diego Lopes is changed like he said he is, he said that he's he's not the same guy. He has better fight IQ now, and they're going to see a different Diego Lopes. Maybe he'll stick to it. But maybe just when he gets in there, it's kind of hard to get rid of old habits. And fun fact, but Diego Lopes has actually had more professional fights than Volkanovski has. That's kind of crazy. Lopez has got 34, whereas Volk has got 31. And I know it's not a lot more, right? But he does have more fights. So is he more experienced than Volk? No, he isn't. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just amount of fights. It's the high level sort of shit. But another thing as well, Volk last fought in April of 2025. That's 10 months ago. By the time, by the time this fight comes around. Well, nearly 10 months ago. Whereas Lopes, September, very, very recent did he fight Gene Silva. And Gene Silva, dangerous guy. And Gene Silva was having success in round 2 until he got overconfident and rushed in and got spinning elbowed. Volk isn't going to do any of that dumb mistake making that Gene Silva did. Alright, so if Volk wants to win this fight, same as last time, low kick, jab, stay on the outside, stay away from that power hand, and if Lopes does overcommit, make him pay for it, counter him. If he swings for the fences and misses, get the body lock, take him down. Just, anything that you can do to score points, do it, because you're not knocking Lopes out. Gene Silva had him rocked and hurt, and then got KO'd with a spinning elbow. So even if Volk does rock Lopes, and Volk rushes in to try and finish, Lopes could catch him with something dangerous. He's like Yuri. If Yuri gets hurt, he's even more dangerous. So don't bother. So I think Volk could win this fight just by doing the same thing, just on the outside, point fight it. But Lopes, man, I've got a feeling. And here's another thing. When these two both last fought, Lopes didn't have the mustache, man. I mean, this is mustache Lopes that we're talking about. Mustache Lopes. It's just one of them things, man. You can't deny the mustache. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I'm just a bit worried for Volk, man. I don't know what changed, because I picked Volk last time. I picked Volk via decision last time. And this time round, I've got another sneaky feeling. And the sneaky feeling this time is that Lopes is going to chin him and send him to retirement. But we'll look at the card now. So, great main card. I mean, Jacoby and whoever fucking he was fighting, can't remember, is not on the main card anymore. I don't think it's on the card because we have Cullen Salkiel versus Malarkey, Tuivasa versus Teixeira, Fiziev versus Rufi, Hooker Saint-Denis, Volkan Lopes 2. I'll quickly give you my predictions, all right, and then we will, because like I said, I had a whole conversation with Wyatt from Fight Society on stream. Go and check it out. If you want like an in-depth thing, just go and watch that, okay? So, real quick, I'm going Sal killed. I don't know if he's going to knock out. Well, actually, yeah, he probably will. Yeah, Sal killed via KO. I think Teixeira is going to KO Tuivasa. He's shit. Teixeira kind of got fraud checked against Derek Lewis, but I guess we'll see because Tuivasa's fucking terrible. Like, really bad. 5-fight losing streak. At least Derek was, he's won a few fights recently, even before Teixeira. So, I guess we'll find out. But I think, yeah, Teixeira's going to knock out Tuivasa. I think Fiziev's going to beat Rufi via decision. I can't see him knocking him out, but I can see him definitely busting him up and going to the decision. Maybe only going 29-28. Maybe Rufi wins the first round and people go, oh my God, Rufi's like the real deal, guys. I mean, Benoit's really good, but Rufi's are like just there. Rufi's there. When he doesn't fight a grappler, Rufi's really good. And then Fiziev takes over and wins the last 2 rounds. Hooker versus Saint-Denis. I think Saint-Denis is going to beat Hooker quicker than what Arman did. Doesn't mean that Saint-Denis is better than Arman. I think it's just stylistically, I can see Saint-Denis being more aggressive and maybe just finishing Hooker in rounds in like late round 1 or like early round 2. I can see that, maybe like a TKO or something. Just my thoughts. And Lopes and Volk, I think Lopes is going to maybe get a TKO in rounds 3 or 4. That's my thoughts on the fight, on the card. Let me know what you guys think. And look, I'm not saying Volk has no chance. I've just got a weird feeling. That's literally all I'm going off is a feeling that this guy is going to get chinned and he's probably going to retire. Now, I don't think it's going to be a flush KO. I think it's going to be a TKO. Maybe he backs him up to the fence. Body, rips up top, hurts him bad, and it's Lopes gets an accumulation of punches going, and then it's just like the referee jumps in and goes, it's over, the fight's over, and they call it because Volk's taking too much damage, and he's not defending himself intelligently. That sort of KO, I'm not saying like he's gonna flatline him or anything, but I can see that happening, the referee jumps in after Lopes backs him up and rocks him up against the fence when he's just going bah, 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 bah. And then Volk's kind of like just like withering. He's like, no, fucking hell, I can't. What are you doing to me, mate? That sort of thing. I don't know what you guys think though. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I mean, no hate to Volk, man. I really like him. I hope he wins, and he very well could win. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think Lopes is going to make those adjustments that he needs to, that he didn't have in the last fight. I think going 25 minutes with Volk does you fucking wonders in terms of like experience and bettering yourself as a fighter. And I think we're going to see that this weekend with a TKO in rounds 3 or 4. Okay, like and subscribe. My links are down below. Become a member and join the Discord. And until next time, I'll see you in a bit. Goodbye.